Hey, this is We've Been Drinking MMA. Thank you for joining us. This is the UFC Fight Recap of the main event.
Main event here.
Edson Barboza versus Sodiq Yusuff.
My
And,
man Road's gonna.
Yeah,
he's
just
gonna
talk a
say
little bit about
he
it.
has some info for you guys.
I mean, it was, Sodiq Yusuff knocked down Edson Barboza. We thought for sure he was going to knock out Edson after the knockdown. Edson looked completely out of it. He looked like he was literally rocked for like 2 minutes straight. It was unbelievable that he even stayed on his feet. Sodiq looked like he was going to finish him. It didn't happen, but Sodiq definitely won the first round 10-8. Round 2 was very close, but we thought Yusuff did more damage. They ended up giving the second round to Barboza, though. Round 3, Barboza it was a spinning head kick and knocked down. It clipped him. It wasn't completely clean, but it knocked down Yusuff, and then Barboza looked like he was almost finished, so they gave the 10-8 round to Barboza in round 3. Round 4, Barboza actually outstruck him by 17 strikes, but I believe that Sodiq did more damage, and a lot of Barboza's punches didn't have much on them. So I thought actually Sodiq won, but they gave that round to Barboza, and then round 5 they gave to Barboza as well because it was a close round, but then Barboza got 3 takedowns in the last minute.
Yep.
So they gave
3 consecutive takedowns. Get up, takedown,
so this is
get
the
up,
craziest
takedown.
thing. All 3 judges gave round 2, 3, 4, and 5 to Barboza. Even though 2 of them were close in those rounds, they gave all 4 of those rounds to Barboza, and 2 judges gave 10-8 for round 1 for Yusuff, and then 1 judge gave 10-9 for Yusuff. So it ended up being like a weird scorecard. But overall, wow, 4 rounds to Barboza they gave. It was unbelievable.
49-46.
Bro, 49-46, 49-46, and then the last one, yeah, it was like I don't even know, I forgot the scoring, but that's how it was, is that they gave, one of them didn't give 10-8 to Yusuff, which is insane to me. Because he almost destroyed him in that fucking first round.
Yeah, it was almost over in like the first minute and a half.
Overall, though, guys, like honestly, when you're looking back on it, you look at the strike count, and really then round 3 is definitely Barboza's. He knocked down Yusuff. Round 4, I understand because he outstruck him by 17 strikes on the strike count.
Round 5.
And then round 5, he got the 3 takedowns at the end of the round to steal that round. So I understand that you can give him 3 rounds, but round 2, it was even on the strike count, even on UFC.com, but Yusuff clearly did more damage on all the punches. So, in my opinion, Sodiq Yusuff definitely won round 2, and round 1 was obvious 10-8 for Yusuff. You can give, round 3, of course, was Barboza's. You can even say 10-8. Round 5, you can say give it to Barboza with the 3 takedowns at the end, but round 4 to me is the deciding round in this fight. And round 4, in my opinion, even though the stats say that Barboza had 17 more strikes or so than Yusuff, if you looked at the punches that Barboza was throwing, they were barely landing and did almost nothing. It was almost touching the opponent.
Yeah.
And Yusuff, every time he was hitting, even though he had 17 less strikes, he still had about 30, 35 strikes, and Barboza just happened to get like 50 something. But Yusuff's every punch he was doing, they were exchanging. Barboza had nothing on it. He would miss or barely touch Yusuff, and Yusuff would throw with actual some power, and it was landing flush on the face of Barboza. So in my opinion, I mean, I picked Barboza, so I have no bias. I actually thought Sodiq Yusuff won round 4, even though he got outstruck because of the damage factor. Like, actually not even that hard for me to say that. And then round 2 was even on the strike count, but that was Sodiq Yusuff in my opinion because it was more damage on all the strikes in that whole round. And then round 1 obviously for Yusuff. So in my opinion, I thought Yusuff won. Who do you think won, Lousy?
I think Edson won.
Really?
Yeah.
The fight?
First round is obvious.
Yes.
Second round, I saw a lot of slowing down Sodiq. For striking and his overall movement.
Okay.
He wasn't moving like he was in the first round.
That's true. And he was getting backed up.
Yeah.
So that looks bad.
In the third round, he got knocked down.
Okay.
That fight out was ended in the third round.
It almost did, yeah.
And then the 4th round, and then the 5th round were
so
like
you feel
said.
Edson gets 2 and 3.
No, I'm not saying that.
No.
But I'm just saying I just saw a lot of slowing down.
Got you. And you can see that Barboza
with his striking was just the same as Edson's.
Barboza definitely round 3 and 5, and then on top of that, Yusuff slowing down in round 2. It looks like Barboza could have won 3, if not 4 rounds, maybe. So something like that.
Yeah.
And then Barboza. So overall, the story of the fight, you thought Yusuff was slowing down after round 1, and Barboza was picking up.
You could tell in the corner after the first round.
Yeah.
He was really breathing deeply.
Right.
Even though
he was.
Yeah.
He was.
He was doing a lot of.
But do you feel ultimately that this could have even just as how great they both fought and how much heart they had, that ultimately even a draw wouldn't have been a horrible outcome? Just how
Not
good
at all.
How great the fight was.
That was a fight of the night type candidate.
To me, I don't think Yusuff loses any stock. I think he should hold his head up high. He's fighting against a legend in Edson Barboza. Been in the company for 13 years, and Edson has amazing knockouts against top 5, top 10 opponents.
Almost got him out of there.
Over 13 years of knockouts.
He almost got him out.
And he almost knocked out Edson Barboza in the first round.
That's right.
And even if you can say that Barboza won, it was still a close fight. So Yusuff has, I don't think anything really, and he got caught by a spinning kick to the head.
Yeah.
Right in the third round.
That was painful.
But that was near the end of the round.
Ooh.
If Yusuff would have just kind of stayed away, things like that, like Barboza landing that, I understand. It's 2020 hindsight's 2020. But my God, Yusuff just changes some things and he can win that fight. And Yusuff, I think, should actually hold his head high because Barboza is definitely top 7 in this 145-pound division in the UFC.
I still think Yusuff is dangerous.
He's dangerous. I think Yusuff showed me that he can go 5 rounds and still look good in the 4th round, and in the 5th round he looked good too.
Yeah.
So, man, thank you so much for listening to this breakdown. Please like, subscribe, and really comment. I'm curious to see
really
what
interested in what you guys think about this.
Who do you think won, and which rounds, and how do you think the judges perceived it? I just want to talk about it and just see some comments. And I can't wait after our recaps to go watch other people's recaps.
Yeah.
I'm just curious on the comments.
I'm interested in how other people thought about this as well.
YouTube comment. I want to read all the comments. Like, what happened? I am shocked and confused. But we were entertained. We were all entertained by the beautiful main event. It was super fun, and I just hope next week is going to be fun with Makachev.
Next week is pretty much
Volkanovski, second super fight.
Ikram is going to fight.
Oh, man. Chimaev is fighting Usman at 185 pounds in the co-main event on 1 week notice, and 1 week notice for Volkanovski stepping up against Makachev. Yeah. I am just super excited. We're ordering it. We're going to do the same thing with the recaps. I hope you enjoyed this recap, and we'll catch you next week. Appreciate you guys
Let us know how we're doing.
Please let us know. And like, subscribe, comment, please, for that YouTube algo.